Hi, and welcome to You Can Cook Anything with Bob and JP. I'm Bob. Today we're going to do something different. Today we're going to do real life cooking. What that means is I'm not going to set out a whole bunch of mise en place already prepared for you with exactly the right amounts of everything. What it means is when you get home from a day from work, or if you're going to prep meals on a weekend, it's not always very easy to put all your mise en place and get set up. Sometimes when you get home, there's background noise, there's people asking you questions, there's interruptions, you make mistakes, this stuff happens. But what you still have to do is get the food on the table. So we're going to do some episodes for you that show you what it's like to do this, coming from people who've done it a lot and who usually have very little time, because the minute I finish work, I'm usually whipping out supper to a bunch of people that are hungry, and there's just not a lot of time to do it. And there's going to be very little editing, so the only thing I'll probably do is bleep out when I cut myself and curse. But other than that, we're going live, so we hope you enjoy. Let's get started. The first thing is you need something to keep you going, so we're going to bust out a quick coffee. I actually I'm going to quickly make an instant white coffee from Malaysia. This is really good. It's got a little chocolate and cream in it. All right, while that's getting itself going, let's get started with fried chicken. Okay, I bought a chicken already butchered because I need to save time. There's no reason for me to come home and butcher a chicken as much as I enjoy that. Same for you. You just got to buy it already done. So if you look here, we actually have, they were on sale. They cut them today. They packaged them today, but it's the entire chicken. It's the wings, the breasts, the thighs, and the legs. So we're going to take that and we're going to throw it in a bowl with buttermilk and some seasoning. Now all this is out of memory. None of this is out of a book or a recipe. So I might do a little editing. So we're going to get a container. You can buy these at any restaurant supply. They're super handy. They're food safe. They come with lids. I highly advise you use those. So what we're going to do is we're going to soak these in buttermilk. So let's get going. Remember, no cuts and edits. This is how it would be if you came home from work and you wanted to get this done. Actually, I would advise do this on a weekend. Though you could speed do it. I'm actually serving these for lunch today, so I don't have a lot of time. Oh look, they even gave us the gizzards and the neck and the liver, and hopefully there's a heart in there, because that's a nice tasty snack for you. All right. So why the gloves? Because it's easier to quickly move from one thing to the other without getting chicken guts on everything, or if I have to touch the camera and stuff. Don't need that in there. Okay, so let's get buttermilk in there. Let's get some seasonings. So we're going to hit this with a bunch of salt. I'm going to hit it with a bunch of pepper. Don't need a bunch of pepper. All right. Mix them up. That's a big breast, man. That's a big chicken. I actually prefer my chickens much tinier than that. That's a big chicken. Holy crap. I left a little liver in there. Get that out. Okay. Let that sit in there. Normally, like, oh, fancy, you're gonna probably leave that in there overnight, at least 8 hours. and let it get going. We don't have that much time, so we're gonna take that and sit it here, put the buttermilk in the fridge, and move on to the next thing. So we're gonna boil some corn. Now, the thing about boiling corn is there's a really, really easy way to make it really, really taste good. So what you do is put your corn in the pan, already shucked. Shuck it at the market if they let you. Let them take care of the trash. Probably goes to feeding pigs or something anyway. Then the thing is, to the water, add sugar. I'm gonna call that like 4 tablespoons of sugar, and then add 2 tablespoons of salt, then fill it with water. What that does is it actually makes a brine, and it'll infuse the corn with flavor. So let's get that to fill up. This is how you do things, you know, when you don't have time to just do one thing. You got to do more than one thing at a time. You have to think some of this stuff out in advance. So I planned what I was making. We'll take care of the guts later. Put those there because we're going to fry those. Now I'll mix my coffee. All right, corn's full. We'll get the corn right on the oven. Oh, there's the lid. I knew I had the lid. Lid. Okay, next we've got some pineapples. Does this have anything to do with the chicken? No. We have some pineapples. We're going to cut them so that we have pineapples to eat. So when you're doing a pineapple, you take the head off. Try to make it straight. You take the butt off. And then just cut right down the side. You don't need a fancy pineapple cutter, but cut deep enough to just take out these little brown circles, right? That's about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. I personally like my serrated knife for this because pineapples can be tough. All right, then take that off. All right, now cut it in half. Then what you do is you see there's a core. If you cut here and here, you can actually miss the core and end up with nice little slivers, and then you rotate it. That's it, core out. You get these nice little slivers of pineapple. There's 1, 2, flip it over, 3. Core's out, these are done. We'll get a bowl. And this way, when you, the wife, the husband, the kids, the spouse of any kind are done eating, you have really nice pineapple. And in fact, if you want to do something really killer with these, you just mix them with a little sugar and cinnamon, or even just cinnamon, there's enough sugar in them. And then hit them with a torch. Or fry them in a pan. Oh, I gotta check that one. So another important part about cooking, especially when you're short on time, if you're not tasting it, you have no idea what you're serving. So, don't feel like you can't taste it. Especially that one. See, I don't want to serve that. I want to eat that. All right. 1 pineapple done. Corn's still going. Chicken's still good. Snag another bowl. See, now real life. My trash is full. Forgot to empty the trash before we started. So you know how you solve that? Hey, can somebody change the trash? Because look, if you're doing the cooking, somebody else can help do something else. All right, this is a crappy pineapple. Let's check it though. Let's see if only some of it's crappy. I'm gonna cut more of that off. Look, this is sad. You see this pineapple? It's nice and yellow. It's gross and white. This never should have been bought. It's way too underripe. It should never be green like this. It should have really nice yellow skin. light green. That's a color you're looking for. I'm not sure this is usable. Let's cut a little of it. Real life cooking here. Last time I'm gonna say it. Smells good. Let's see what it tastes like though. Thank you. Kind of expected our son to come down here to do that. Not great, not bad. Now the corner of my eye, I see this little fruit fly. I'm gonna take care of him in a second too. Can't serve that one. Okay, cut right around the core. Okay, 2 pineapples done. Thank you, honey. Trash is ready. Look, hang your cutting board right over the edge and just go whoop, right in. All right, chicken guts, that goes in. Hey, another trick, under your cutting board, put some of the anti-slip mat that you can buy for like shelving. The cutting board won't move at all. All right, we're gonna give the cutting board a quick rinse. All right. So while we're doing that, we're going to move into the next thing. So I'm actually going to slide my corn over to my double burner. We're going to kick up a double burner because now we're going to fry that chicken. Yeah, it hasn't been in the buttermilk very long, but guess what? You just got home from work. You're not going to serve everybody dinner at 2 in the morning. Let's quick rinse the knife. Boop, boop. So yeah, you've got to pre-think this out so you can move fast. So let's go. We're going to need flour. So we're going to put a little flour, a little cornstarch, all right, let's get so we're going to put flour. I prefer a slightly higher sided bowl, but cooking sometimes doesn't get you time to get you what you want. All right, this is going to need a bunch of salt. Probably a tablespoon and a half. Pepper. If there's one set of, everybody's heard salt and pepper. That's seasoning more than spicing. For salt and for fried chicken, honestly, you can go nuts and you can start adding a bunch of other stuff. But tried and true salt and pepper will always get you where you need to go. There, should look really dirty. All right, then we're going to take a big frying pan. Take this frying pan, my almost big frying pan. I'm dropping olive oil in there. I'm not going to be shy about it because it's got to come up about halfway over the chicken. All right, that's going. All right, now I'm going to mix this a little. That way the first chicken you put in doesn't get all the pepper. Wearing a dock shirt for this might not have been great. Okay, let's throw some gloves on and start getting our chicken in there. Now look, I would normally take out a rack and I would dust these and I'd sit them on a rack and let them dry. I don't have the time for that. So remember, salt and pepper in the chicken. I was going to cornstarch them first, but I think we'll just double dip. While that's doing that, let's get another dish. We'll go from one to the other. So make sure it gets in there. You got to get all those nooks and crannies. All right. How you guys doing? Good day today? I've been doing a lot of live broadcasting lately, so I'm used to having an audience to talk to. So, you know, leave me some comments below. Make me feel like I was talking to somebody. All right? Make sure you get it all in there. See, you missed a little? Get in there. There we go. If you make it too thick, you end up getting some of those pockets that don't actually cook right. And I hate when you go to like a fast food chain that makes fried chicken and like they overdid it, so there's a whole bunch of uncooked raw dough in it. That's just nasty. Like, yeah, that's wrong. Okay, just make sure it gets in everything. I didn't even trim this chicken because once you fry it, most of the stuff is going to just cook away that you might have trimmed. And I usually, if you've watched any of my other videos, I trim everything. Not this time. Oh yeah. These are ridiculously big breasts. This might actually cause us a problem. We might have to cook these separately. I mean, this is stuff that when you're, figuring this out, if you pulled this out of the package without really having time to look them over, you might be in a predicament like this, where I'm not entirely sure what to do with that monstrosity. I feel bad for that chicken, I gotta tell you. I don't know what he was being fed, but it's a big boy right there. You know what the nice other thing about gloves are? Is I can do all this. I can get club hand. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to peel a glove off and continue being able to cook. I mean, this is a big part of, cooking on the fly is you don't have time to stop and get a bunch of stuff done. You're trying to get really tasty food out on the table. So come on, Drummy. You're last. Definitely not least. It's going to be a fight over the drumsticks. All right, that's all of them. Made a nice mess. Gonna leave that in there for now. See what I mean? Can't beat that. All right. Now it's super important you take the temperature of your oil because you really want to try to keep it around 350, and keep in mind the minute you put the chicken in, it's going to drop hardcore. So let's see what we got. $280, $302. Gonna turn it there. That's good. $350. Fans on, and we'll start adding the chicken. We've got 4 beautiful pieces of chicken in there. Now that's doing its thing. Fans are taking care of the stuff that's flying up. We're going to get our board clean again so we can start the next thing. All right, so what's the next thing? Well, while the chicken's going, we're going to put this here so we can all be in one place. Oh yeah, that looks good. Let's turn it down a little. Get that slow frying going. Is we're actually going to start in on these vegetables. Now what I'm doing with these is really the concept of heart to heart. These are all from my brother-in-law's garden. I let the parsley sit out last night so it would wilt a little, but he's been growing jalapenos, serranos, and then he did some ghost chilies, which I didn't want to use for this. And then my mother gave us some green peppers she got from a friend, and yes, they have tags on them, but they're actually from a friend, and tomatoes from my father's garden, and one orange. What we're going to make is we're going to make a salsa, but it's going to be more a hot sauce than a salsa. Get it? Hard sauce. Okay, sorry. I was also given this gigantic zucchini. That does not go in the sauce. I have not touched the coffee. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Hopefully you have a food processor. Making hot sauce without a food processor is really hard. Never have it assembled when you plug it in, because if the button's accidentally on, yeah, it's gonna mess up your stuff. All right, the blade we want is El Chapo, right there. All right. Go give choppy it. All right, here's another thing. When the corn is boiling, take it off the heat and let it sit for 10 minutes. That corn's done. At the same time, I just noticed my chicken's browning real nice. If I had a cameraman, I'd show you. So we're going to give it a quick flip in the same order we put it in. And you got to check the heat every once in a while on your oil. Make sure you're not going nuts. The oil's coming in at a little over 350. I'm going to turn it down a little more and put a cover on it. All right. So while that's doing its thing, what we're going to do is prep all this. All right. So you've seen all this. This is the easy part. So no, I would blanch these. Why am I wearing gloves now? Because if you ever gotten pepper on your hand and then go into the bathroom or touched your eyes, that sucks. We shall not be making that mistake. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to prep the peppers. So the heads come off, and if you do it like this, just quickly separate the membranes on the inside by sticking the knife in and just quickly cutting around. You get the guts out and most of the seeds. I mean, that's the goal. Boop. Guess we need the cutter in there. Head off. Cut the membrane. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So I'm going to do that. The thing is, you can move fast as long as you're safe. Like when working with the paring knife, grab the knife up here. If you grab the knife up here, you really can't cut yourself with it. I'm not saying you won't, I'm saying it's really hard. So just cut in. These serranos are going to be tough. So fair warning, if you ever do this and then you decide, oh, I want to cook that sauce, it will aerate the spicy stuff, the capsaicin, and you will have to evacuate your house. Oh, these serranos are going to be hot. So what we're going to do with the serranos is actually splice them down the middle and then just pull it out. So cut it down the long way and then just pull it out. It's actually going to be faster. So cut the stem off, cut down the middle. I'm pushing the serrano and just pulling the knife. Get all that out. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to check the chicken. Check the chicken. We're taking the temperature for the chicken. We're not just looking at it. Chicken's got to be around 160. All right, so I've set a temperature alarm. Heat's down. We turn the fan down a little and get back to these. So this is what you're doing. You're flipping back and forth. All right, serranos. You know, you want to have some time to yourself before the day is over, right? Why am I working on the side for you guys? So if you're going to have time before the day's over, you got to try to get all this stuff done in one shot. So this is a long episode. I'll put markers so you can find your way around without having to watch the whole thing. All right, this is starting to burn my eyes. So yeah, he's got such great soil over there. It just makes excellent everything he grows. This is for you, Marco. Hope you enjoy it. Holy crap. Oh look, a little basil leaf. Get that in there. Alright, so the basil, we just want the stem, the big stem off. So, take the leaves. We are going to give them a quick chop. This is not the right knife. That's not a knife. No, don't do that. What? This might end up being a better salsa than a hot sauce. Okay, we've got all those in there. Oh man, these garden tomatoes are so soft. Wow. They smell amazing. How often can you say that tomato smells amazing? Let's see if we can peel it without blanching it. Almost. Look at that. Almost. That's a sign of a real healthy tomato when it's got the skin on it like that. That's good. I wasn't even planning on peeling them, but look at that. Okay. That goes in. Yeah, these would have blanched great. Okay, that goes in. Not going to overly worry about peeling them. They're going to get macerated to hell. Let's get a few more in there. This one. All right, let's start with that before. Well, let's see. Get See how good these green peppers are. Oh, look, a twin. All right, let's see what that looks like after we whip it up. Let's lose the gloves that are covered in the capsaicin. It's like the whirly thing at the amusement park. All right, chicken's done. We're going to shut that off so we can get the chicken out. Now your first chickens are probably going to be darker than the rest. Just don't panic, they're going to still taste great. Okay, then you just stick in the next set of chicken. Everything in, skin down. Put the thighs in, skin down. And those freaking breasts are so big, I'm not going to be able to put those in until later. So we got the thighs in now. We're going to go back to probing the oil. We're going to get a new battery. All right. So while those are going, and that battery isn't needed anymore, let's see how this is going. All right, why won't that one pepper get eaten up? There we go. Everyone becomes part of the ooze. All right, next we're going to put in the orange. I want to, woo, yeah, I'm not touching any of that without the gloves on first. I'm telling you, it'll be bad. Okay. I'm going to take this orange. We're going to do half the juice to get started. Give it a little mix. Now we're not done. There's a few more ingredients that have to go in here. I mean, it's not the same without garlic. So I want a little garlic flavor in there. Not a lot. Let's call it 3 cloves, that's it. And we'll hit that again. Now while that's doing stuff, you have already gotten to the point where you can feed some of your family. Because the corn is ready and the chicken's ready. And I'm going to show you, you be quiet, 1 second. I'm going to show you that very short soak in buttermilk, plus putting that on it. Look how crispy and juicy that is. The length of this video right now is how long that took. Okay, let's take one. Oh yeah, that's amazing. That's buttermilk chicken, pan fried, crispy, all the stuff stuck to it. Salt and pepper. That's all you need. As your family eats that, everyone's going to be very happy. Back to cooking. If anybody wants fried chicken, it's ready. All right, this is dangerous because somebody's got to taste this. And looks like that's me. Okay. Here we go. Oh, it smells good. It's spicy. Needs salt. I don't like to add salt till the end. I'm going to give it a little salt. But that salt, I think it's going to need more orange. That wasn't enough orange. I'm not going to try to feed it to you. Okay. There's one other thing it's going to need, but I won't put it in until I go to probably bottle it, which will be vinegar. But if you had, instead of macerating this far, so you just chop any of your fresh vegetables, cut them up and just give them a chop, you have a killer salsa that goes great with this chicken. I didn't want salsa today. This is what I wanted. Okay, not using the same spoon. That's outstanding. I wish you could taste it. Oh my God, I don't even know if I want to add vinegar to that. It's got the fresh pepper flavor, but you can actually taste the sweet and the spicy notes of the two different peppers, two different types of peppers. It's not overly tomatoey, and there's just a slight hint of orange in the background that if somebody didn't tell you, you might not know. All right, when I'm done with dinner, we're gonna strain and bottle that. I won't do that with you. You know why? Because you don't have to see that. You just take it, you put it through a cheesecloth, liquid comes out the bottom, you put it in bottles. So, check on the chicken. Oil's a little cold, we'll turn the oil up. Look at the color. Is it brown enough on one side? Yes, flip it over. That's how you know. Okay. Now, when you flip it is when you're going to want to stick your thermometer into the chicken. So you get a reading from that. So stick your thermometer into the meat, you're looking for 160. We're going to bring our trash over here. Because the idea is if you can keep cleaning, you can eat supper with them. All right. So at this point, supper's done. You've got fried chicken. That's about to come out of there. You were able to make a salsa really quick. The first parts of the chicken are already out. The corn is already done. And that's what it's like to do it live. And you even have some pineapple for dessert. That's ready to go. Live fire cooking. The next episode, we're going to focus on a couple other dishes for you. Show you what it's like to come home from work, quickly throw something together that you can serve your family, that'll be wonderful, or even serve yourself, that didn't take you hours and hours to do, that you can sit down and eat dinner with them too. So thanks for joining us. Don't forget, click that subscribe button, click the bell icon to get notifications, and please leave a comment below. Make me feel like I was talking to my regular live audience over on Twitch. Thanks, and hope you enjoy the meal.